a quick tutorial on how to do early catacombs. So this is right after you get RTSR and you do Berg to get firebombs and throwing knives, and also to open up the shortcut to Capra from Firelink. So that's gonna help you later on. So there's a couple different ways to do this. And one very consistent way is what Ogre Bass does in his weapon only. I'm not really sure which one it was, but I think it was Crescent Axe. So I'm gonna show you the way I do it, but if you want something a little bit more consistent for early game, you should actually check his video. So what I do here is just get past these guys like this. So the problem with this skeleton here is that he could follow you inside this room with my strat, and Ogre solves it just by luring him with arrows. But what you wanna do is just pull the lever and bone out. So this is the first trip for early catacombs, and there isn't really a way to avoid this. You could kill the guy with firebombs, but that's gonna take a while, and most likely that skeleton that we ran past is gonna reach us. So this is a little bit better, I think, and it's not that hard. So the next part is pretty simple as well. So you want to do the exact same thing that you did earlier for these two skeletons. One of the two is gonna fall down in the pit, while this one you just break and run past. This buys you a little bit of time so that he has to back up and you can do this section again. So I come here, I jump with no particular angle. There's definitely like more consistent ways to do this, but like I've never had a real problem with this strat, so I guess it's fine. So as you can see, if you come here to these rocks and you don't go past them, most of the times this skeleton is gonna get stuck and he will lose you at one point. But what CBD does in his straight sword hilt only run is he gets a little bit further away, and if he like goes past that statue, he will use the dark sign, and I don't really like that because, you know, it might be a little bit of a waste of time in the run to bone out and do this again. Also a little bit less consistent. So what I like to do is this: you stay here on the rocks or just before the rocks, and the guy should get stuck. Sometimes he doesn't even come near you, so that can happen. So for this guy, you don't want him to aggro. So maybe you couldn't see because there was my webcam, I don't know, but like he got stuck on that statue. Anyway, for that guy, for the pyromancer, you don't want necromancer, you don't want him to aggro while you're here. So that's another reason why I stand here on the rocks. And what you're gonna wanna do is stay here on this statue, and there's a lot of like different ways to do this, but what I like to do is just aim this mark right here on the wall and shoot an arrow. And usually if you look away and you stand here, most of the times he dies, but it can be a little bit inconsistent, as you can see. So if he doesn't die, then you should probably bone out if you are not doing this strat. But in this case, we just want to get to the weapon. We don't want to go down to pinwheel, so we don't really care if the skeletons die or not. So if it just goes down, it's the same. Of course, it's gonna be there when you come back here, when you want to do pinwheel. So if he doesn't die, of course. So we want to make the other skeletons fall, so you just aim and throw a throwing knife. And you keep doing this until they are all down, so they are not in the way. Of course, I'm using a cheat engine right now to have unlimited goods, so you would want a little bit of throwing knives and a little bit of fire bombs, but that's about it. So if they run here, you just come here on this spike, and they're gonna fall down because they try to reach you. So sometimes they just start rolling as soon as you hit them, and that's actually gonna make them fall, like this guy. So they're just gonna fall down. And again, if they don't, just come here and they'll die. So again, for this guy, I don't really remember how to aim properly for these guys, but you know, this is, you know, you can try a bunch of visual cues. You have time to do it. So once you do this, this way is clear. So what we want to do now is clear that way, because that's gonna help us when we want to open up the bridge. So this is gonna require a little bit of arrows. So what I usually do is check this, you know, black stripe here, and just start throwing, hitting the wall with arrows and stuff like that. And most of the times, the skeletons are gonna come here. As you can see, you might have to do it a little bit, you know, closer to them if they don't hear you. Also, the heads react to the arrows, but they don't really do anything. So you want to move them away from the lever that we're gonna pull later on. So of course, just keep them aggroed with the arrows and keep doing this. Of course, you need to be careful, because if you hit them, it's gonna be a problem. So we don't really care about that guy right now, because one is following us. So what we want to do is just do the same for the other skeletons. So you just wait here, and the guy is gonna come here, and he jumps down. So you want to do that with the other skeleton too. Of course, you can do like both together if you can aggro them properly. You can do one at a time, whatever feels more comfortable to you. But you know, this is the basics. That's pretty much it. They do hear quite far away, so it's not that hard to make them aggro and keep them aggroed. So there you go. And now we wait for this guy too. So these guys we don't really care about right now. We're gonna deal with them a little bit later. Thank you, Lily. So sometimes he does get stuck there for some reason. So again, you can aggro him by, you know, making him watch you and stuff like that. It can be a little bit scary, and this guy is very stuck. I've never seen one so stuck. It's funny. So I guess you can just run past this guy, but that's not really a good idea, so maybe again just make him aggro a little bit more. Make him fall. Oh. Well, this is very weird, never happened to me. Whatever. We have the second, you know, spot to make them fall, just like the first Kellys, I guess. This guy's a legend! What the fuck? Of course, when I want to show something, it's gonna be like this. Well, we don't really care. He doesn't really get all the way up here, so we don't care. So we wait for this guy to fall. Of course, it's gonna be a little bit scary, so make a little bit of practice with that guy. So now we have to watch out for the arrow, and then we want to go all the way down this path. Managed my stamina poorly. As you can see, it's pretty forgiving. So you want to pull the lever. And now we're gonna move the skeletons here. And we want them to go like all the way to the bridge. Now it seems a little bit boring because it kinda is a little bit boring. But you know, if you want to be consistent, I guess you should do this. Also, I'm pretty sure that there's supposed to be 2 of these guys, not 1, but you know, no big deal. Also, it's been a while since I've done this strat, so I might have fucked something up, but you know, once you get the hang of it, it's gonna be a little bit easier. So what we want to do here is just, you know, kill these guys like this, and also the necromancer. So we want to lure him on the bridge as well. I don't remember if the skeletons actually move or not, because I've done this on New Game Plus 6, and it wasn't really a weapon only, so I don't remember if I hit them with the feather arrow or something. But I guess you can actually hit them with the throwing knives, I don't know. Never tried, honestly. Yeah, you probably can. So just need to figure out like a proper spot to throw them. So I guess right here with this thing, maybe? Maybe a little bit lower. Here, maybe? Again, I'm just trying stuff out because it's been a while and I don't really remember. So there's that guy that we can just make him fall. Again, he's most likely to just fall down and you don't need to do the lever thing, but you know, that's something you can do to be sure. And then again, you just check for visual cues here. I'll let you guys do some of the work to hit these 2 skeletons. So again, I'm just gonna hit them with the arrow if I can't get it like right away. Now, there you go. So make him fall. Oh my god. Well, this is not good. Actually, this is great, but for the strat, it's not really good. Well, it's just 1 skeleton, so it's not gonna be that big of a problem. And I think the great site is somewhere around here. I'm not really sure. Was it here? No, here's the bonfire. Oh. Is it this place right here? Patches is gonna make us little bridge. Oh yeah, it's this one. There you go. So you can just jump right away. You don't really need the bridge from Patches. So you just want to get on the stairs and then jump down here from this section right here. So there you go. That's the great side. It needs to be a little bit, you know, better than this to be extremely consistent. And as I told you, like, you should check Ogre Base strat for his Crescent Axe only for the earlier part of the catacomb. And also, like, the final section there, I'm not really sure because I think I used arrows on my run, but I can't really remember. So let me just check real quick. Maybe I can show you. Fuck Firefox. Maybe I can show you exactly what I did on my Vamos Hammer only. And I guess, can I just search? Yes. There you go.
No dai, no dai, torna
So
Catania.
this part right here I did right after Berg, as I told you. I opened up the shortcut. I jumped right here, as I told you. And then I opened up the lever, used the dark sign. Then I go down once again. The skeleton went past the statue right there, so I had to bone out once again. Here I kill him with the fire bombs, but as I told you, like, there's no real need to do that. So here I hit the guys with the throwing knives. I have 99 throwing knives because they cost so little, so there's no point.
Sì.
Linguistica di italiano sa 4 concetti. As I showed you here, you just
Sì, sì,
wait for this guy to come down and then you proceed. And right here I did something a little bit different, as you can see, because I aggroed them and then I used the dark sign right after. But as you can see, it's way more sketchy, so I wouldn't advise that. If you want it a little bit more consistent, I think what I did right now is very consistent. You just need to find a way to hit the guys with the throwing knives, and I think it's gonna be fine. So if you are fast enough with the lever, I didn't expect him to run on the bridge, but if you're fast enough on the lever, I think they'll never like get to you, as the last guy did. So that's it, because I use a dark sign and then I come back and the bridge is already there. So I'll probably just hit the skeletons here on the first section, but like it's way better in the other way. Like, let me show you. There you go. Like, I hit them and I wait for them to do all the running around and stuff like that. And I also think that there's gonna be the pyromancer on the bridge later on, so it's obviously worse. So there you go. Maybe you can mix and match these two strats and do something better, but this is how I would do early catacombs.